Welcome, guys. Now, this isn't a tutorial or anything like that. This is more of I would call it a video blog because that's what I'm going to label it as anyway. Now, because this is kind of like a bleh thing that what I've been working on is this right here, a weapon. And I plan on animating it and a few other things. Plus, I actually have a base mesh for a guy as well. So, I'm going to be doing some animation work, some good old texture painting. And, well, in a few minutes I'll probably be working with trying to do some normals and stuff. But, anyway, this is kind of what gets on my nerves about people that do certain things, okay? And what it is mostly is, if you ever look at like this weapon right here, even with post-processing, this looks pretty nice for the most part. I mean, we need to break up some more, get some more black in here and things, but it's kind of nice, right? And I need to do some shading work and stuff. It's not finished yet, but this is what I've been working on and things, because it's going to tie into some more videos that I'm going to be doing over animating, how to animate the player legs, arms, and all that stuff. So we're going to need some models to do that, and something that looks pretty nice. So for the most part, we're going to need some arms, okay, and some body parts. This weapon by itself, you guys probably won't need it, most likely. But the one thing you are going to need is the idea on how, alright? Which brings me up to the main thing about what gets on my nerves about people who texture and stuff. Usually the weapon is all one color. It's like, what, maybe something like this? It's all black, or, you know, it's a gray looking metal, and that's it. I mean, it kind of looks good, but it's just black all the way around, which, I mean, they'll have some details with some white writing, but when it comes to models, I don't like anything that's just one color. It just looks bleh. So it's like this. Bleh. Red. Okay, everything's red. It's too much red. So when I did my green texture, I was like, this is what it looks like with nothing but green. Okay? Same albedo and everything else. But when you break it up with a little accent here and there, it looks way, way nicer. To me, that's my thing. Alright. And we can control some of this, make it a little darker, make it a little lighter, control how this is going. It's going to be in the albedo. Okay? And it's because I got a metallic texture, which is basically a gray texture. That's all it is. It's probably not exactly 100% done right, but it's enough to get what I need done. So why talk about this? Well, a lot of my subscribers and things like that sometimes want to know, what am I working on? And the interesting thing is, I don't actually have anything posted or a website that you can go to or anything of that nature to actually give you guys what I'm working on, or timetable or anything of that nature. It's completely oblivious. It's anybody's guessing game. So I'd like to change that somewhat. So how can I? I think in some of the descriptions, I'm probably going to link a Google document into it. That's just going to be like a timetable, what I'm working on, when do I expect to be finished, and things like that. Something that you guys can click on and it just works. But if and the real cool thing about this is, if you guys have a better suggestion, that is free to anybody, please let me know in the description, because the thing is, this channel doesn't make any money, really. It doesn't. Literally, in the past week or so, I probably got 20 cents, maybe. So the tutorials don't make a lot of cash, okay? And two, this, it's just the way it is, right? So I can't take, like, any money from the tutorials to go do a service thing for a website, because the money's just not there, okay? I mean, I would love to and everything else. And maybe after I get this gun done, maybe it's going to be a purchasable asset to help support the channel. Maybe. If you guys would be interested in something like that, then please let me know in the description, if you guys would be interested in that. That way you can help support yourselves. And, if just, I don't know. But, yeah. So, if you don't know, I am on Twitch a lot of times now, working on this stuff. So, if you guys like to pop in, and if you're not following me on Twitch or subscribing or any of that stuff, or let's say you wanted to contribute and help fund a website for you guys, then everything you guys should need is in the video description. I mean, seriously, it always is anymore. I'm way stepping up my game a lot better than what it used to be because of you guys. I've been refactoring all the videos. I know they're out of order, and I would love to get them all done, but I'm one guy, and even though I've got more free time to it and everything, I simply just can't tolerate just sitting there going click, click, click. It's like, I don't know, it just makes me want to like puke or just fall asleep or something. I don't know. It's just way outside of my specialty when it comes to patience. It's like click, click. Wow. I'm a gamer in heart, guys. I'm sorry, but when it comes to that English stuff and everything else, I did the bare minimal requirement all through all that stuff. If it said I had to have 100 words on a piece of paper, I had 100 words, and that was it. There wasn't no more, there was no less. I did exactly that. Okay? 100 words. Alright, so when it comes to doing titles and descriptions and reordering stuff, and it's this clicky stuff that's very boring, then sorry, it's going to take a really long time, because it's going to take a billion times for me to sit down, because it's very tedious work. I know it sounds like a cop-out, but imagine clicking on something and then clicking on something and then clicking on something again and again and again, and that's it. There's no entertainment or anything whatsoever. And then making thumbnails, there's another couple clickies, which are very, very boring. and it's just it's a boring job. Trust me. And you know, it's not like I'm gonna get like a goal of like $1,000 at the end. Because if it was like $1,000, trust me, I would be more influenced to do it. Right? Oh yeah, definitely. It's not that I don't want to. It's just I think some people have what it takes to do that. And unfortunately, it's something that I'm going to have to try to improve on myself. I'm going to have to try to improve that as a whole, as a person, I think. Yeah, definitely as a whole, you know. And then, like, some of the videos that I want to do are incredibly complex as well when it comes to coding. Like, I want to do some stuff on the tower defense tutorial, and it's just going to be insanely long videos trying to explain it because it would just work, right? It would just work. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just, oh man, it would be so nice. But, you know, it's one of those things where is the viewers that I have going to be able to comprehend what I'm trying to teach them, or are they not to that level yet, let's say. Because some, I believe, are probably beginners in Unity 3D, and if I throw something very like heavy at them, they're probably going to quit because they're like, I don't have what it takes, you know, and they're probably just going to give up. And that's one of the things where I hesitate a little, because I want like people to learn, I want to teach them, but at the same time, I know my tolerances for not being able to sit down for long, extensive periods of time, or maybe somebody else's weakness. Like, I can't sit there and do this little click, click, click thing. My brain has to be like heavily into it, or there's something. When it comes to just moving around videos from the beginning of the playlist to the end, then yeah, that's probably how really boring. So when people who don't know how to code and things, or they're not familiar with it, are looking at that and they're trying to learn, they're engaged, but they're also like, what in the world am I getting myself into? I remember the first time I was in, like, I was getting introduced to it into coding and things like that, and the dude was sitting there talking. He was just talking and talking, and I didn't know a freaking thing he was. I was like, what is a float? And wow, I tell you what, my life changed that day too. I felt like I was about 3 years old and I didn't know a lick of things. And, you know, I'm not going to lie about it, you guys. You know that. But anyway, it's been about 14 minutes or so. So, like I said, let's take a little look at this little scope that I did on stream too. Okay, and no, let's revert. I don't really. It's a holographic scope and it's not parented to it. That's crap. What? Why is it? Let's just parent it right here. Okay, so it's a holographic scope. Oh, and the other thing, if you're really good at one program and try to stay within one program yourself, okay? Because when you go from Unity 3D to Blender or whatever you use, oh, it's so freaking annoying to have like this tedious bunch of stuff. Okay, so it's actually maybe a little too thin. That's okay. We can fix that easy. What's with the twitching right there that I seen? It's a holographic scope, you know. I mean, not a big deal. But I did this on stream and stuff to, you know, in Blender, and you know, it was nice. I like it. You know, it's a different kind of scope because later on in our tutorials, we are going to make, you know, attachments and stuff for our gun. So we need models. We need models big time. And, you know, not all the time do people want like the most fanciest thing. Sometimes they do. But, you know, subscribers, you might want like a little scope model that doesn't have to be perfect, but at least you got some type of base object, right? At least something. Or maybe it's I completely modeled it perfectly. Never know. But this is just the first iteration of it. Like anything else. When you do something, you're going to have several steps and several things that you're going to have to work on. Always try to improve on a skill. I know I'm not very good with, I can model, I can texture in Substance Painter, but I cannot straight up texture without it. So it's a very interesting experiment that I'm working on in stream. Because I look at it this way. Once I know how to texture really, really good with the basic, when I go back to Substance Painter, I'm going to be like 100 times better because of it. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to get at. Is you will have like so much more of a ability to do something. Once you worked on this long enough. And notice how I said, I know there's no words of, I can't do something. Yeah. I'm one of those people, you can do anything if you try. You just gotta try, guys. And that's how that works. So, I'm going to get off here and probably be kicking up on stream. If you guys like to drop in and, you know, say hi or whatnot, you can. If you don't, then, you know, you're lost, my gain. You know, and that's the way it is. So, thanks for watching. Peace out, guys, and take care of yourself. And try to have a nice day. I know it wasn't an exciting video, but it's something that has to happen, I guess. So, peace. This is War over and out. And if you drop by the stream, make sure you follow and all that good stuff. And peace out.